Building it, what are maybe some commonly held beliefs about partnerships that you passionately disagree with and you're trying to do differently?
Yep. So there's a few here. So one, that they slow down the sales cycle, right? Put yourself in a rep shoes. I understand the calculus. If I have to bring a partner into my deal, it now means there's another party to coordinate with. I have another party to do sync calls with. They're going to slow down conversations with the customer. They're not interested in selling the software, right? So there's that perception that they're going to slow down a sales cycle. What you will actually find in productive or like impact driving partner ecosystems, they will typically result in significantly higher average deal size. It will result oftentimes in a faster time to close of a deal and in higher win rates. And those are all variables that can ultimately help a rep get to their sales quota. And so I think there's a reframing reps need to think about. The same way you would say an enterprise deal takes longer, yes, but it's 3 times the size of a mid-market deal. You probably need at least one of those to make your number at the end of the year. I think it's a similar framing when thinking about partner involvement in sales cycles is that ultimately they're also impacting other metrics that can help you get to your number at the end of the day. So I think that's one. Second is there's definitely a prevailing perception, especially with perhaps more inexperienced partner functions, that the GSIs are in it to just drive massive services deals for themselves. And, I can understand that perspective, right? Oftentimes there's very large transformational efforts they're driving. At the end of the day, though, or they are serving the customer. And the customer expectation, especially in the last probably 5 to 10 years, there's absolutely an expectation of fast time to value. And so ultimately, I think what you're going to see the GSIs recommend is combination of fast time to value with confidence on delivering that fast time to value, right? That is overwhelmingly what you will see bear fruit in market. Ultimately, that will build trust with their end customer and result in them earning more business, right? So there's perhaps a reframing there because of the ERP kind of boom is I don't want to say it's over, but that has fundamentally changed with cloud software. So I think there's definitely a change there for folks to wrap their heads around. One more I'll just share is oftentimes I've seen this friction point between internal services organizations and then the partner organizations is they can't implement as well as our people can. And again, on the surface, if you look at, okay, that's probably true. You're closer to the product, you know the roadmap better as an internal services person. But when you take a step back, I would argue there's an equal sense of responsibility on the software organization around how they enable their partners and set them up to be successful. And this comes back to the point of being easy and friendly to partner with. That is so much of a critical element to partners actually being successful in implementing your software. And so the process and enablement journey you define to ramp your partners up ultimately is almost a dependency in then them getting to parity or even a greater level of quality than perhaps you could implement internally just because of all the other services they can provide, right? Not just the pure expertise.